Next up, we've got the one and only Rick Chapman, who is the co-founder of Coronado Brewing Company. Here you go. Hello. Thanks so much for being with us, Rick.
Good to be with you.
How do you like our stools over here?
They're comfy.
I'm gonna move
We're
mine
good.
a little bit over
I'm a
here.
surfer, so I can handle it.
You're a surfer. How long have you been surfing?
50 years.
50 years?
Yep.
How's that possible? You don't even look like you're 50 years old right now.
It's the beer.
It's the beer. Keep drinking beer. Be a great surfer.
Absolutely.
There you go. Thanks so much for being with us. So Coronado Brewing Company, you guys have been around for a little bit. You're pretty well known in the San Diego area as well. Right now, you guys, one of the more interesting things that's happening with your brand is a rebrand. You guys kind of redid your labels a little bit. Can you tell us a little about that and what the process was like?
Sure. We've been doing our own branding for 20 years now.
Yep.
20 years in the business, so we have in-house branding. Our family runs the business. We are a corporation, but we do have, my nephew, he's in charge of the art and branding.
Yep.
But we got to a level where we thought we needed to bring somebody in from the outside as well. It's just we've rebranded a couple times, and so this next step, we've been growing quite a bit. Getting into the cans was kind of the natural time to do it. So we partnered with a local firm here called Myers Ball, and they've worked together with Kyle and the rest of our team to create the new can design, which is going to go over into our full-on branding for, we're going to repackage with our bottles down the road here as well.
Interesting.
Later this year.
Can you tell us about the decision to get into cans? Because it's funny. I mean, cans was something that for a lot of craft brewers wasn't on the radar 4 years ago, but now everyone's doing it. Why was the timing right now?
We've been looking at it for about probably 6 years, canning.
Wow, okay.
So we kind of, right when the cask machine came out, I've known those guys. So it's kind of, I've been to Oscar Blues in the beginning when they started canning. So we've always been looking at it and just weren't ready to make the leap and weren't comfortable going with a smaller machine. So we wanted to wait until it was the right timing for us to, where we could purchase the proper machine to keep up with the demand.
Sure. And is that part of your facility expansion that you're doing as well?
Yes.
So talk to us a little bit about that. Everyone's growing.
Yep.
Everyone's selling a lot of beer. And how did you approach a facility expansion, specifically in terms of the space that you needed and then the financing? Yeah,
we've been pretty fortunate, and we acquired this property about 4 years ago where we are over on Knoxville, about 1.5 miles from here. And luckily, it was a 20,000 square foot building with the 8,000 square foot building that had a tenant in it, and we were able to purchase the property after we leased it. We were leasing it at first, and so the lease was up on the furniture company next door, so we said, okay, we'll take that space. That gave us more space to grow, and then since then, we were going to be able to get up to about 65,000 barrels with our current facility, and we're doing close to, what are we doing, 38 this year. So probably within 2 years, we're going to grow out of that space.
Okay.
Luckily, we just acquired the property to the east of us, so that'll probably allow us to double our capacity over the long run. So
about 130,000 barrels?
140,000 barrels out of that facility. And we do have off-site distribution, so we package everything there, and then we take it to about 1.5 miles away. We have a nice refrigerated warehouse over there.
Yeah, now you guys are growing pretty fast, as I mentioned, and you've been expanding distribution out east. First, at what point do you think you're going to hit capacity with all the new with your new facility? And second, can you tell us about managing that process of being, West Coast-based brewery, Southern California-based brewery, selling in the Northeast?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's getting a lot harder. Everything's getting more regionalized. So it's gotten more difficult. We have invested in markets out there like Massachusetts. I believe that's our second best state, and then Illinois.
We drink a lot of Coronado beer.
Yeah. Illinois is our third largest state, so we do have reps in both of those markets. So we are investing wherever we go in. We're in 19 states now, but we don't have reps in all those markets. So we're looking at all the markets that we're in and how we're going to invest in those. I think we're putting a rep full-time in North Carolina here.
Okay.
So we've been in that market for a few years, and it's time to invest a little bit more. We'll probably put somebody in New Jersey here in the next year as well.
And is managing the distribution process, is it something that, you spend a lot of your time focusing on, or is it somebody else in your company that's saying, we're delegating who's responsible for what regions? Or,
Sure.
have you evolved to that point?
Yeah, I mean, it was myself and my brother and Sean DeWitt doing everything for years. And yeah, we built a team now. We have a CFO. We have a VP of sales and marketing, Brandon Richards, who does a great job for us. So we work as a team, but yeah, they're kind of taking the lead on that. JD and our CFO and Brandon, as far as, finding the new markets we're going to go into and expanding, getting deeper into every market we're in. And we're, California is 65% of our volume, and we're growing at we're growing at 20%, 30% in Southern California, 20% in San Diego, and I think it's over 50% in California overall.
Wow.
Northern California.
Last question. We only have a little bit more time left.
Sure.
So you've delegated some responsibility. What's your focus? What's going on in your day-to-day in terms of growing the brand, and what your passion is in terms of Coronado?
I'm the boat captain.
You're the boat captain.
That's one of my jobs. I just help with the sales support. So I travel a lot, go to do a lot of the research for new markets, and then also just to support the markets we're in. So
fantastic.
Take off a lot of hats, but I'm still very busy, and
you're the boat captain.
And the boat captain when I'm in town.
Exactly. Rick, really appreciate taking the time to be with us.